Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Unit Lost. I am Stylosa. And you remember last week, guys, when I put the video together showing you just how broken Doomfist was. This was from the Reddit user iCinner, and he collated all of the information, loads of video evidence, loads of like seismic slam doesn't work in this example, here's a video. Rocket punch doesn't work in this example, here's a video. This is the best kind of feedback you can give the devs. Now, if you go to the official forums, you will notice there are a lot of posts on there where people just say things like, Symmetra is broke, fix Symmetra, you're so bad devs, and things like that. That kind of stuff they're never going to look at. What they will look at is actual coherent feedback that has evidence. Now, the good thing is we live in a world now, especially when you, well, I was going to say if you're playing on PC, but it doesn't really matter. On the consoles you can do this as well, right? With the share buttons, you can record what you've just done. So if anything crazy happens, the best thing to do is use shadow play, use the record functions on your consoles, record what has happened, make a note, and then post that on the forums or email it to Blizzard or do something like that, right? I'm sure there's loads of ways you can contact them. Put a Reddit post up, who knows, send it to your favorite YouTuber. There's loads of different ways you can do this. However, there has been a massive Doomfist update on the PTR. Now, this is crazy. Like, I'm fairly sure this is a direct response to the post iCinner put up. It was in so much detail that the devs had a clear hit list of what they need to go through and fix, because the devs can't be expected to this is going to sound really kind of rich, I suppose, but they can't be expected to be experts on all of the heroes. There are things the community will find wrong with the heroes that the quality assurance department or the test department, or whatever you want to call them at Blizzard, won't be able to find. This always happens. Like, think about it. There's millions and millions of players with Overwatch, so there's only like so many employees at Blizzard. They're only going to find so many issues. So when the heroes go live, when changes come out, they kind of depend on the community to give them good feedback and then they can react. However, we all know Doomfist has been absolutely broke for months and months and months. So this is what Jeff Goodman has said. Now, the update came out last night on the PTR, and this is what he says. I wanted to give you guys a quick update on some Doomfist issues we've been working on. We've just updated the PTR today with many bug fixes, and even since then, we've fixed a few more. Here is a summary of where we are right now with the Doomfist issues specifically. Alright, good. So this is them saying, look, we know Doomfist is bad, he's broke, we're going to fix him. So this is what they've fixed so far. Wall slamming should be much improved. The wall slamming logic has also been simplified, so players should find that a 45-degree impact angle is the cutoff between the target being slammed into the wall or sliding off. This is the biggest change that should be noticeable instantly. Now, this is the dreaded slide. When you punch somebody with a fist, rocket fist in the face, right, and they slide off a wall, it is so annoying, right, and it happens a lot. However, the wall has to literally be at 45 degrees now, so that's like basically a crazy angle for you to slide off it, as you should impact on the wall. This should mean Doomfist shouldn't really be missing any of those, you know, home run sort of big hits where he smashes somebody and they fly into a wall. They should take the extra damage from being smashed into a wall. Rocket Punch now breaks breakables again. Not only was the bug fix that caused it to no longer break breakables, but the system we have in place now should break them much more consistently than before. That's fine, right? We've all seen the clips where, you know, Doomfist tries to punch through a railing and he just bounces off it and all of that stuff. Apparently that won't happen anymore, so that's good. Seismic Slam being cancelled when landing too close to a wall should be fixed. Seismic Slam will now slide a small ways up ramps instead of instantly triggering. Winston's Leap has also changed in the same way. The slide distance is manually tuned, so let us know if it seems like he's sliding up ramps too much or too little. So again, that's them asking for feedback, right? So if we play Doomfist on the PTR and we notice that we're sliding all over the place up ramps when we use Seismic Slam, then obviously give them feedback. Same goes for Winston. It makes me kind of think there, it must be Winston and Seismic Slam. So Winston's jump or leap and Seismic Slam must be on the same sort of code in a way. Like, if they change one, why would they suddenly think, oh, let's change the other one? Or unless they're just sort of relatable abilities and they thought, hey, you know, let's change both. So these are good news, right? Those are the things that have been fixed. So we've got the wall slamming should be much more improved. Rocket Punch now breaks breakables again, and Seismic Slam shouldn't be cancelled when you land too close to a wall, and you should be able to Seismic Slam up and down ramps and not just instantly Seismic Slam the floor in front of you, which is good. But there are more things that they're working on. So, things we're still working on. Seismic Slam has a bug when you or your target is near a corner, it will sometimes not find them as a valid target. We have identified this bug, but it's going to take a little longer to get a fix in place. Alright, that's fine. Ghost punches. This is a major issue. This is an issue where you rocket punch and go through an enemy instead of impact them. Some of these reports are latency related, but we did find an issue that was causing this to come up beyond just typical networking issues. Hopefully, we'll get a fix in soon. So this is good. Rocket punch happens a lot. I did kind of think to myself, yeah, this probably is like ping related and latency related and all of that stuff, because rocket punch depends on you being like all clients agreeing where you are at that moment in time. So if you come through the rocket punch onto, like, let's say a Pharah, and the Pharah, according to their game, is actually not where you think they are, because according to your game you're maybe lagging out a little bit, then your rocket punch will look like you're rocket punching them, but they will just carry on and nothing will happen. So what he's saying here is, yeah, that does kind of happen, but also we found another issue which we're going to try and fix, but we just can't fix it just yet. So that's good. So there must have been a problem with it. It seems like a very janky type of technology anyway, especially having these like projectile melee abilities in an FPS game. It's always going to be difficult, but it's good that they're working on that, and it's good that they've acknowledged it as well. Corner bounce. This happens if you use rocket punch near a corner or edge, and it causes you to bounce off and slide quite a ways away, probably messing up your punch. This is a recent bug caused by a seemingly unrelated change. I suppose that's like welcome to programming. We have identified why this can happen though, and we're working on a fix, so that's good. Then there are a bunch of things that they're still investigating, so let's get stuck into this. Rocket punch versus rocket punch charge. We get reports that it can feel really random what happens when two Doomfists using rocket punch hit each other, or Reinhardt using charge hits a Doomfist that is rocket punching. We're still gathering data and information on this one, and hope to be able to improve the consistency of the situation. I think he's missed the word out there. Dear oh dear. The intended result is that both players should fall over, much in the same way that two Reinhardts charging into each other knocks both of them down. Now, that's fine. This again was one of the issues that was highlighted by the iCine post. I think what this doesn't really address is the problem with the iCine post is you could punch Reinhardt in the side with, like, if Reinhardt's charging past you and you punch him like in the side where he shouldn't pin you, you both fall down, and that feels really weird because you should actually punch him into the wall. That's what should happen. Like, he shouldn't just knock both of you down, because it's almost like when he's in the charge state, any angle he receives a punch from will knock them both down, which I don't think is right, because it should only be the front part of Reinhardt, but apparently that's probably going to be, well, I say apparently, it probably is quite difficult to code that, so we'll have to see where that goes. And then we've got aerial seismic slams sometimes causes grounded seismic slams. This happens a lot. We've gotten reports of people being up in the air and using seismic slams, sometimes triggering the grounded version instead of the aerial version. This one seems really rare, so it's pretty hard to track down. See, he says seems really rare. Like, this feels like it happens a lot to me. Like, when you're jumping around with Doomfist, you think you're going to go in for that big, massive slam. You see the target indicator down, and it's on your target, yet you just, like, hit down into the ground. Or you go to where the target is, but do no damage. There's a ton of issues with seismic slam. It's very... not a random ability, but it's a very janky. That's the best word. It's very, like, iffy. You don't really know what you're going to get out of it. But it's good that they're actually explaining what they're looking at. And then just to sum this up, Jeff says, we also have heard your feedback that you'd like to see more details about bug fixes in our patch notes instead of just tuning changes and features. We're going to work on this, so starting next patch there will be a more detailed information on this kind of stuff. Thanks for all the feedback and keep it coming, especially if you get a chance to play in the PTR and test out these changes. So this is awesome news for me, because more detailed patch notes are what I live and breathe on, ladies and gentlemen. But the thing with this is we need to know all of the changes, because you can go into the game and not really know what's changed. Like, where's the PTR patch notes for last night? Well, there isn't any. All we've got is this post off Jeff saying, hey, this is what we're doing for Doomfist. Now, it's good that he's come out and said this, because Doomfist does need addressing, but what about all the other little things? Like, they've probably tuned loads of stuff, made loads of changes that we don't actually know, well, what they've done, so it would be nice to see more of that. The fact is, though, guys, it looks like they are starting to fix Doomfist, which I think is about time, because Doomfist has had a very interesting history with Overwatch. Obviously, we've seen the Doomfist gauntlet in the trailer, the very first... well, it was the thing that was announced at 2015 BlizzCon, I think it was, where they showed the animated short, like, you know, where they're in the museum, and you see the Doomfist gauntlet there. And from there, we've always speculated that we were going to get a hero called Doomfist. We know the history of Doomfist. We know that he wasn't actually going to be a hero. Then they decided to make him. Then we got him, and was it August this year it came out, and it was like, wow, Doomfist, this is awesome. His punch hitbox was broke though, because he was just punching everybody, and then they fixed that and he went away. He went away to a very dark place, Doomfist did, and we've not really seen him. In fact, there's only really, I know I go on about this guy quite a lot, but there's only really Chipser, who is a Doomfist player, and plays him very well, but he has so many issues with Doomfist, it's just crazy. And also, that player is like a ridiculously good player, so give them a broken hero and they can kind of do a broken in a bad way, not in a good way, not in an OP way. But it does make you think, doesn't it? When they eventually fix Doomfist, will he suddenly become viable? Because when you look at the way the game's gone, look at Mercy's Resurrect. Used to be instant, didn't it? That's not there anymore. So Doomfist's running in and punching you in the face and bouncing you off a wall and killing you could be really, really, really powerful once again, because who can counter that? You can't really counter that because there's no Mercy flying in to just instantly resurrect you back. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. It looks like they're finally starting to address Doomfist, which is good news in my eyes, and hopefully we get a workable Doomfist fairly soon. Alright, guys, I've been Stylosa. This is Unit Lost. If you enjoyed the video, then like the video, subscribe to the channel, and you can follow me on Twitter, which is @UnitLostGaming, and also join the Discord as well, guys, which is discord.gg/UnitLost, and I will catch you on the next one, guys. Toodaloo.